I was looking at the other topic that follows what we just talked about you're
Did
a
we
big
add that
baby.
in there? The real
Yeah.
Big Baby.
He did.
Oh
He did.
man. Well, he can keep it.
Right.
Go ahead, Strap. My bad, man.
Jeez. Is it possible for a fighter, a fighter to be broken through? How do I say this? Without, I have to be very delicate because these are fighters, and what they do is it's very high level. It's also very life threatening. So I can't just yap. But is it possible that another fighter, or as you're going to your path to being a champ, you come across a fighter that changes that whole trajectory? Just one fight. Have you seen it before? Or I mean, Adrian Broner versus Madonna. Which fighter broke a fighter like where and it's too early to say anything about Anderson, big baby Anderson.
Maybe not. Maybe not. He himself has mentioned retiring at an early age. So I think Bill Parcells was the coach that talked about, once you start talking retirement, you're already gone. And you saw in the fight the body language, the chatter in the corner, or the overall negative disposition he had towards the fight. It was just very unappealing. Very much just wants to turn the TV off.
And from people that know him, I know people that have sparred with him and worked with him. They say he's a good, genuinely good guy. And it's just him, his dog, before he had his child back then. That's all he does, and his family members, he takes care of them. And they always say that he is one of those guys that was mishandled, or he's the young up and coming that person that was fed to the wolves. You don't. Hindsight is a beautiful thing, because I didn't know about Martin Bakole until that fight. But
I mean, you got to turn on the film.
I got familiar really quick.
If you taking that fight,
yes, you should not have, because that could really kill your confidence, and it's not realistic because you're not going to fight. There are only like two Bacoles in the whole world, like that type of fighter that will break you in that type of way. Like a Zhang, maybe, I don't know, but.
So they're saying that
strategy. It's a strategy too.
They said that Top Rank really didn't want the fight for Anderson. It was just the Riyadh season money.
It was
too money and good money.
Yeah, that wasn't it. But the strategy, it's like, hey, Jared Anderson, big baby, is 6'4", 250 something pounds. So he's not a small dude in there. He looked much smaller than Bakole, but we also saw what I think a lot of people watching that fight is a poor strategy.
Try to brawl with him.
Yeah, and that's something that I think with the athleticism, the youth, the skills that we believe that Jared Anderson has, we did not see in that fight. So, I know you're asking me the question, how did he break him? Like, I feel like that maybe Bakole did break him. He broke himself. I'm talking about Jared Anderson by the demeanor. These are things that they don't just show up in this current fight. I don't know if we'll end up playing those clips, but those are things that are just in the fighter previously. I mean, yeah, it just speaks to the inner dialogue, the mentality. Now, when you take a loss, are you a true champion? Are you someone that can handle your loss and come back and get it in blood inside the ring? Because of all of us being fight fans, some of our favorite fighters have taken losses and have gone back into the ring to aspire to be great and didn't let a loss define them. We're seeing here the losses defining him. Now we're questioning, is he broken? And then you see these poor mannerisms and terrible attitude in the corner, which is just a disgrace to boxing. It's too dangerous of a sport.
Let me this clip here, like kind of, I felt like, damn, a sport is maybe he's done with the sport. This clip is very telling, and it's kind of sad to even look at. Like,
Round, under, but you abandoning the body a little bit. We gotta stay down there.
OT talking, I hate hitting elbows.
Aim for the, gotta change the trajectory and aim for the center. All right, go ahead.
All right, Tim, nobody likes to hit elbows, but there's ways around it.
Come on, man. Too much complaining for me, man. All I hear is complaining. You listen to your corner, man. That's all I'm hearing is complaining from Jared. Do you want to be a fighter? Do you want to be a champion? Do you want to be a fighter? That's what it's about. You know, your body language, the way you I mean, come on, man. Especially.
yeah, it was sad to see that, but
Yeah.
some of these things, I don't know.
I think I do. I think I know. I think we were exposed to his fragility after that Roy Jones interview. And he just might not have the mental makeup or the psyche. Like everybody don't have it. He can have all the physical tools, but if he doesn't have the tools up here and the self-confidence.
Yeah, shout out to the trainer.
Yeah,
Shout out to the trainer. I think the last fight he was with Sugar Hill from the Kronk Gym, so it looks like he's went a new direction with his current trainer. He had a lot of patience. I mean, a lot of patience. So I don't think he's talking back to someone like Sugar Hill in that way. So, you kind of see who doesn't spend too much time on it. You hate to see it with someone you're actually rooting for and want to see them do well.
exactly. And America's boxing is always great when we have an American prospect in the heavyweight division, or somebody like, I'll be honest, like the Europeans are coming in sweeping, like from the Usyks to the Dubois and they've been doing it slowly. I mean, they did it the early 2000s with the Klitschko's and who and the Hayes and that that alumni. But now they're coming back, and that's why I have to give a Wilder credit. Yes, Wilder was not as skilled, but he did make a heavyweight exciting again, because once Americans have a good heavyweight, fights are going to happen. That's guaranteed. Big fights are going to happen.
But what we got to know is we heard things with Deontay Wilder regarding his attitude towards Mark Breland, the great Mark Breland, and he went with a new trainer. So, we don't hear about these type of mentalities with fighters from across the pond in their culture. There's a certain respect given to the guy in your corner. And that may be the reason why we're not experiencing the heyday of the American heavyweight, because we got too much of this in the corner. Maybe if he could hit elbows, he throws to the body against Martin McCauley from the outside. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that goes to show that, Deontay Wilder is a failed basketball player. So
and he was driving like a Coca-Cola?
I mean, let me find out Big Baby is a former failed basketball player.
My God. They love basketball players. Yeah. Oh my God.
They love blaming other people.
My goodness.
Deontay's story is amazing.
My goodness.
I like Deontay's story, especially with his daughter having spinal bifida. And that's when he was like, yo, I used to knock out people in the streets. So might as well take it to the gym at 22. And then he trained for 3 years, and he joined the Olympic team, or he made the Olympic team. His story is amazing.
Like a piece of cake, man. Just be
6'5"
and
you got that trick. You got that one trick that works, and it's working like 99% of the time. If people cannot, anticipate that right, and it's catching, it's catching. He caught people until he got to a level where people know how to box, and like, you're not gonna punch me. You only got one hand. Like, what are we doing in this ring? Like, and you now start to work on your skill set at 37 with Malik Scott. Well, you are playing a catch-up game. These guys have been boxing since they were 8. So all they need to do is just get stronger, add more, whip to their punches. They already have the fundamentals. They've been boxing since they were kids. So now you're just playing catch up. Like it's so sad for Deontay Wilder that Tony, what's his name? Anthony Parker. Joseph Parker they've been fighting. He's been fighting amateur for a long time in New Zealand or Australia, where he's from. Even Joshua, who started late, he started at 16. So he still boxed as a little guy. So he learned fundamentals. All of the Usyk has been fighting in and out of the United States since he was like 12 years old for Ukraine. He fought the likes of Sean Porter. He's been fighting. He's been around. So these guys are gonna fight at big old age of 37. And I'm seeing Malik Scott teaching you how to jab. I'm like, what? How did he get there without fundamentally having an elite established jab? And I realized, that right hand, man, was not missing. Like it wasn't really like. It's weird. It's a good story. It's like one of those stories where you're like, shit, I'm gonna try this job even if I'm not qualified. And then you find that you're really good at one thing that gets you promoted to like the top level. Now you have to critical think, and you've never had that ability to get to that level to critical think and problem solve. And you find yourself always being thrown, pants to the ground, like when big issues happen. Like, damn, how do I fix this? But anyway, long story short, man, I do like the
American heavyweights.
We need one. We need one.
We need to get our act together. Respect the coaching. Take it to the next level.
Your coaches, yes. Respect your coaches, because those extensions of yourself. Because you're in the ring, you're not seeing everything. They're seeing everything, and they know you. They know how you prepared. They know your injuries. They know everything. So if you gotta believe, you gotta trust them. So.